Welcome to Breathe, Meditate, and Reflect. This is an afternoon time sacred space initiative, and I am the WOW, Empress AliNICOLE WOW. And I want to start by taking a few moments just to breathe. Start with 3 deep breaths, please. So this is a time where we are going to get in position for a very unique topic, so to speak. I've been guided to share on the topic of creating your own financial Pentecost. And I actually have several works in this area, but I was prompted to share about this because for my morning meditation prompt renderings that I facilitate, one of the most recent topics was around a new divine financial favor of God or of Source. And so there's just been the energy to sort of just continue in that. Now I'll actually provide a link where you can benefit and enjoy that particular rendering as well. So we've taken an opportunity today to start focusing in on creating a financial Pentecost. And for those who are not familiar with the term Pentecost or that experience, you can find that in the Bible in the book of Acts, chapters 1 and 2. And so just the general premise is where the disciples, or apostles rather, were told to go into the city, into a particular place, and to wait for the power from on high to come down so that they could receive what was going to be most relevant to share with the masses. And in that case, it was the gospel, and every individual was able to hear the gospel uniquely in their own language. So there were many different, sects of people, if you will, gathered. And the apostles received these tongues of fire and were speaking in languages that were not their native language, I should say. But they were able to receive the message because they got in position. So they had to shift where they were. They were in the upper room, and then they received the revelation or the guidance to then go out into the city so that they could get positioned. And so on the note of creating your own financial Pentecost is really about being able to get present so that you can receive what is unique for you, your own new financial individuality template, so to speak. When you get into position to hear and receive what's unique for you in your financial world, you'll get that direct, divine, accurate guidance instead of you having to rely so much on, let me do a whole lot of research and let me search this out. Not saying that some research isn't involved in this, but sometimes, we take things to God in prayer or offer up intentions to Source, to the universe, so to speak. But we are doing it still in a context of really sort of old paradigm energy. And it's time for a new thing. to take place. A new thing is always springing up, according to Isaiah 43:18 and 19. So you have to get yourself in position for the new experience, the new financial experience, so that you can receive that wisdom and insight for how you need to move forward and shift into a new financial trajectory. So we're going to take some time to focus on this. And of course, the formula that I offer during these afternoon time rituals, so to speak, is having a practice of the 5-5-5, and where you're doing deep breathing for about 5 minutes, and then you are meditating for about 5 minutes, and then you're taking time to reflect for about 5 minutes using intentional journaling. And so, of course, during this time, we're not going to spend the 5-5-5 here. This is more of a prompt for you. And again, some of you are probably at work and on a break, or just noontime in between, your business or career, or just whatever you're doing. And just taking some time out this afternoon to get present and have an intention, have a core focus, as you're doing this. So I'm just going to be present to receive some prompts, for you to meditate on. And we'll do some deep breathing. And then when those prompts come to me, I'll share those and then give you just a few, moments or a minute or so to just do some initial reflecting. And then you can extend, this experience at another time. So as we focus on getting into position, we have to allow our mindsets to really be renewed. And so I want to actually take 3 conscious breaths and being intentional with the awareness that we are breathing in yet releasing, so that we can get our minds cleared, so that when the meditation aspect takes place, you'll be able to really receive that new, fresh wisdom, insight, or revelation. So we'll take the 3 conscious breaths, and then we'll just get into some more breath work. So I'm going to invite you right now with the intention of releasing the old so that we can receive the new. Let's be conscious of that and take 3 deep breaths, please. Okay. So we've just been intentional about getting our minds in position, and now we're going to just go into a little more extensive breath work. So I'm going to invite you to take 7 deep breaths, please. Okay. And now we're actually going to take 5 more deep breaths from our diaphragm. I want you to breathe deeply. Let those be deep belly breaths. Okay. Give this another few moments. I know everyone's breathing, but it'll be different. Now we're just going to take just 3 normal breaths. Okay. It's always important to invite that new life force energy to come in. That's why breath work is so important. It's so vital to our total well-being, and in this case, even to our financial well-being. So I'm going to take a few moments so I can be present for the meditation prompts as it relates to creating this financial Pentecost experience for yourself. Okay, so I'm being guided to continue to expand the awareness of positioning the mind, as we learn in Romans 12:2 that we can only be transformed by the renewing of our mind. And that is how a new way of beingness starts to be activated within us through that awareness in the mind first. So repositioning is coming up. So let me be present with the prompt here. Okay. So ask yourself or make the statement, today I'm repositioning my mind for financial prosperity. I'm repositioning my mind for financial prosperity. Let's meditate on that just a minute. So I want you to ask for divine guidance on how to powerfully get positioned for your financial Pentecost. So ask, how can you powerfully get positioned to experience this financial Pentecost? And just meditate on it. Keep meditating on the powerfully positioned. If you want the power from on high to come into your awareness, and that divine guidance to receive that insight and message. Okay, so ask this question to the prompt. Are there any right inspired actions that I need to take in order to get powerfully positioned? Are there any right inspired actions or divine guidance? Okay, I need to take in order to get powerfully positioned for financial Pentecost. And your own prompts may come up. These are just triggers, and you could be receiving some of your own. So give a few moments for that and just meditate on what that could be. And take a deep breath in. All right, now I want you to make this bold statement that I am divinely, powerfully positioned for my financial Pentecost. So I'm divinely and powerfully positioned for my financial Pentecost. So meditate on it. Meditate on that position. That divinely powerful positioning. And take a few moments to give thanks. Give thanks in advance for receiving that alignment for your financial Pentecost. Being able to hear what you need to hear in ways that are customized and unique to you, so that you can move forward from your own unique financial individuality template. So just give thanks in advance. Give thanks that you receive the wisdom and the insight gladly, and the benefits from the flow of what this financial Pentecost experience will bring about. What this means for you, what it means for others in your world as well. And take a deep breath in. So I'm actually being guided even more to keep expanding the awareness, the positioning of the mind. And what's coming to me now is that now that there is the awareness and the triggers, the prompts and everything that have been activated, so to speak, it's not just enough to be aware, but you really actually do have to do something with the awareness and the insight and the wisdom. As we hear the common phrase that knowledge is power. And I always say, well, accurately applied knowledge, is powerful. But it's not until we activate the potential of the knowledge do we get the manifestations, the benefits, of the results. And so you do have to be in tune. You have to be in sync with what is coming forth that you need to move on. Because it may not just be something you get in position one time. You may have to get in several series of positions to have this continuation of the Pentecost aspect happening in a holistic way for your wealth and your finances. So you may receive an insight to say, do this, and it brings forth to you something for that experience. But then being sensitive that, again, you'll be having a series of financial Pentecost during this season. So how you create this in this unique, customized way is that you do take from this experience and be more present with it. Continue to expand the awareness around the repositioning of your mind so that you can have a new positioning in beingness. And just continue to make this a practice, a way of being, embodying this, this very aspect, this very principle of practice. Don't let this just be a one-time thing, a one and done. Keep renewing your mind daily. Keep allowing yourself to get into a new position to receive new insights and wisdom for your unique financial template, because that alignment can shift and change. So let's take a moment to just meditate on that, just for a few moments. Okay. So everyone breathe. Now we're just going to take a few moments to do some reflecting. And if you do happen to have a journal or note-taking materials near you, or if you're at work, post-it notices, then jot down some of the key words or initial insights that come to you or have come to you in terms of this experience, because you're in the reflective mode time right now. And just allow the wisdom to come forth and the highlights of this experience. Is there a question or so that one of the prompts and triggers that stood out to you the most that you need to meditate more on, or just expand the awareness around that particular aspect? So just continue to think about these things. So just take a few moments again to just do some reflection. All right. Everyone take a deep breath, please. And before I conclude, I just want you to think about just ways that you can create and customize this unique experience for yourself. And that could look like that you're going in solitude for a little bit, and just taking some time out to really be present with this experience. And rinse and repeat this for sure. And also do some intentional journaling around this. I have resources, and I'll make sure that you have some within the description that you can actually leverage if you're interested in making this a practice, being more intentional about your financial individuality and creating these Pentecost experiences for you, for yourself. So just remember, this is about your unique financial template. And though there are a lot of resources out there, a lot of financial experts and different offerings, a lot of information on the internet, but just make sure that you get present for your alignment to know what's going to be right for you. And when you get present to ask these questions and just to be in this space, this type of intentionality, then you be divinely guided to those resources that are going to be most aligned for you. And then you can take the accurate, right inspired actions, and then, get those results, from that. So this has been the time of breathe and meditate and reflect, and for your afternoon initiative for sacred space. And it's been, again, a very unique topic. I do love teaching on this particular topic. Just wasn't aware it would be what would, come up today within this experience. But again, it's just sort of a carryover from the morning meditations prompt experience. And so it's that time. It's that time. Your season of life to be establishing this new financial experience for yourself and leveraging different practices that will align you with this higher way of understanding your unique financial individuality, and yeah, getting the maximum benefits from this type of experience. So I'm going to send you all away with many blessings. Of course, always wishing you well, and definitely here's to your financial Pentecost prosperity experience. And may you be highly blessed and favored in this area during this season.